Welcome to Wednesdays with Willa. On this special podcast, I'm going to be taking you on a walk to Inspiration Stump, and we'll do some forest bathing. So if you haven't tuned in to Wednesdays with Willa before, this is typically a live show that is on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern on my Facebook page, Willa White Medium. This also goes out on the Lilydale Assembly Facebook page as well as my YouTube channel. And you can, when I'm in my home office, I can do it on blogtalkradio.com/Lilydale Radio. So today, as I said, I'm going to be taking you into the woods for a live field trip to the Inspiration Stump. And I'll be talking to you about forest bathing. I like to do this every 6 months or so. We take a little walk in the woods and have this wonderful experience. Before we get started on our walk, I just want to mention that I do have a video package for spirit guides. If you're interested in knowing about spirit guides, you'll have that offer and viewing access available until October 12th. So you're going to want to jump on to my website, willawhite.com, check out the online classes and purchase page, and you'll be able to look at that special spirit guides video class package. It includes a bonus handout. So if you're here in Lilydale in the coming months, just know that things are off season here in Lilydale, so there are no daily events to attend. The churches do run their own Sunday service programs, and also the Wednesday night healing temple has resumed in person, and you're welcome to join us on Wednesday evenings for that community event live in person here at Lilydale at 7 o'clock at the Lilydale Healing Temple, which is in the off season known as the Lilydale Spiritualist Church. So I encourage you to take that opportunity if you're able to join us live. It also goes out on Zoom and Facebook. So there are a lot of ways that you can still enjoy Lilydale in the off season, just not as many events. And the public buildings are closed. It's more of just a place to unwind, take a walk like we're about to do. And just thought you'd know that when you're here in the off season, a lot of the houses and things that need to be maintained, that's when the projects go on. So it's quiet for the most part, except for a few projects that people are doing. So this is a beautiful day for a walk, an autumn walk. It's crisp and cool, and it makes me think of apples and pumpkins, and it's really a blessed time. You're going to see that the trees have started their shift and change, and that we have some beautiful orange ones and yellow ones. And I thought I'd take you on this forest bathing. So what is forest bathing? It is a Japanese term. It's originated in Japan in the late 1980s, and the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries labeled it Shinrin-yoku, which is roughly translated to mean forest bathing. And so that's a term that emerged in Japan in the 1980s, and it really is a physiological and a psychological exercise that means forest bathing, and it's taking in that forest atmosphere. So I'll be leading you through that. It's kind of like a little walking meditation. I want to emphasize that there are a lot of health benefits. The Japanese have done studies, as well as other countries, about forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku, and they've noticed that it's scientifically shown to increase immunity and decrease the risk of cancer and help you to recover from illness faster. And a little bit later on in today's episode, I'll tell you what to do if you're not able to get to the forest for whatever reason. There are some methods that you can employ to really help boost yourself and still get some of the effects of forest bathing. But forest bathing has, in one study, shown that even looking at trees through the hospital window can increase recovery time for gallbladder surgery patients. So not only does forest bathing enhance certain cell activity and increase the significant immune response, but these positive effects last for more than a week after the forest excursion. So there are a lot of signs of decreased risk of heart attack. In fact, if you take multiple trips of forest bathing walks, studies have shown that it demonstrates an ability to significantly reduce your blood pressure, stress levels, and your pulse rate. Just a trip through the woods will also increase your body's adiponectin levels, and that will have an anti-inflammatory effect on your blood vessel cells and have been shown to decrease the risk of heart attack. I'll be talking a little bit more. If you want to watch this later on, you can always turn the sound off if you don't want to hear me talking and explaining a little bit more about the benefits of forest bathing. But I thought I'd intersperse that in today's episode just to educate you further as to the benefits of forest bathing. So I'm going to get set up so that we can really enjoy this time together in the woods. And here we are, we're on the inspiration stump path. This goes into the Leolan woods. You can see it's a beautiful day to be out here. Forest bathing is taking time to really unwind and to connect with nature. And we use all 5 senses to connect with the environment and to clear the mind. And this practice of Shinrin-yoku, literally meaning forest bath, has the power to counteract illnesses including cancer, strokes, gastric ulcers, depression, anxiety, and stress. And it boosts the immune system, lowers the blood pressure, and aids in sleep. And it has been prescribed by British doctors. So a typical session might last 3 hours, and it usually begins with the history and science of Shinrin-yoku. We will probably go about 20-30 minutes. But if you have a chance to walk through the woods wherever you are, even if it's not Lilydale, just know that you can have these effects. It's really about having the sensory experience and moving slowly and mindfully through the woods so that you hold your attention in the present moment. So you can admire the green of the trees. And in this particular section of the woods of Lilydale, the Leolan woods are known as an old growth forest. So you'll notice that some of the trees are very, very big and tall and strong. These are the ancient ones that have been here. And some of these species have been here present in these woods for 300, maybe even 400 years. When the foresters have come through to look at things, they've just been amazed. And what's so special about these woods is they will never be allowed to be timbered. All of the trees that fall are cut from the path but put back into the woods. So you'll see long logs in the woods that are part of this. So this sensory experience is moving slowly, and it gives your body and mind a chance to slow down. And we move very slowly, looking at the colors and the patterns and breathing deeply. And we may even take an opportunity to connect with the tree and see its bark, and to touch that tree and to feel that connection. Gently enjoying this lovely bark on the tree, its rough surface that protects and shields the tree from the elements. To the left here, we have the Lilydale Memorial Park, affectionately referred to as the Pet Cemetery. So people go to pray and to appreciate the pets that they've had in their life. And I can hear just briefly like little birds. So we take a walk and enjoy the green. And as I said, see the logs there? Those are logs of trees that have come down, and they're left there to allow other trees to grow. One of the things that's so wonderful about forest bathing, as I said, are the immune response that starts to happen within people. And it's even been shown to offer protection against obesity and diabetes. In fact, it's helped people with insulin resistance. There's a substance that's secreted by the fat cells, and that helps regulate our fat metabolism, glucose levels, and weight gain. Well, forest bathing reduces blood glucose levels, even in diabetics. Diabetic patients that did a forest bathe walk every 8 months. I just said every 8 months. For 6 years they did the study, and every 8 months diabetic patients would take a walk in the woods. And even though their time spent in forest bathing was very spaced out, their blood glucose levels still showed significant improvement. Isn't that incredible? And so as I'm taking this slow walk through the woods, this is your opportunity to enjoy the greenery and the trees that are here, but also to take a deep breath. And you can visualize that you can smell the woods. All these lovely trees and the fresh air. And it's a nice, crisp autumn day. And you can see how the trees are going golden. You may notice that revitalized feeling that you get just from taking a deep breath, but especially in this natural location. And it's not just your imagination. Forest bathing has been shown to increase vigor and even fight fatigue. And it triggers hormones and helps to process our body systems and improve sleep. And you can see up ahead that some of the leaves have fallen down onto the path. And we have the golden leaves, this golden path before us. So use this opportunity to calm your mind and your body. And as I said, some of the effects are mood boosting. They did a small study of 19 men that had anxiety, depression, and confusion levels, and they were improved just after a very simple forest bathing trip. And they compared the forest walking group to one walking through, let's say, an urban area. And even though both groups had the health benefits of exercise, it was the forest bathing group that clearly won out. Now, forest air is noticeably fresher than city air. And so when I take a walk in the woods, what I'm consciously aware of is that as I breathe in, I take in that beautiful fresh air that the trees are producing, and that as I breathe out, the trees are benefiting from the carbon dioxide that is exhaled from my lungs. So there is a symbiotic experience that is occurring in these moments, that they are being helped by my presence, that we connect in those beautiful ways, that I am one with this beautiful space. The forest air does reduce lung inflammation, so those with breathing problems like asthma or even COPD have shown improvement after forest bathing, because their oxygen is increased and inflammation is lessened. And as inflammation is lessened, you know, things having to do with your skin, if you want clearer, more comfortable skin. They've done all these studies. Who would have thought they'd done all these studies on Shinrin-yoku? So here on the Leolin Woods Path, they do have benches that you can sit on to relax. And so you can imagine and visualize that you're able to sit on one of these benches or take a walk at your own pace through the woods. I like this one. There were two groups that they studied with neck pain that did the forest bathing, and one group added a 4-hour stretching and strengthening exercise. Painful and tight trigger points in the neck area were reduced more in the exercise group. However, pain, inflammation, and range of motion in the group that didn't exercise was just as good. I find that absolutely shocking. The comparison between adding on a 4-hour stretch exercise and strengthening exercise, versus the ones that didn't. And all they did the same was they did have a forest bath. So when it comes to forest bathing, the way to enhance that experience is through earthing. Some of you have maybe have heard about earthing. And that's an understanding of connecting with the earth, grounding yourself, wearing maybe barefoot shoes to help improve the experience and to enhance your perception of the surroundings. So depending on the area that you're in and the exact circumstances, you can also kick your shoes off and go barefoot. Isn't this beautiful? I'll just pause here and we'll take a few deep breaths together. Beautiful. All this beautiful sunlight dappling down through these autumn trees on this beautiful path of light and gold and green. And if you look up, you can see this beautiful array of trees and the blue sky beyond. The shades of green and blue, the colors of the forest and the sky, are considered the most relaxing. Looking at nature's patterns have helped stop thoughts spinning in the head. You can take these moments to be at peace with me here and now on this walk through the woods of Inspiration Stump. And there are lovely little ferns at the base of this tree with that gorgeous emerald green moss. Sometimes there are deer in the woods, hiding or sometimes frolicking or feeding in the woods during this time. And we see just a quick little flash and a dash. As you can see, we're approaching the area known as Inspiration Stump. This is where one of the public message services is held in the summertime. So people gather, and on occasion we can have 300 or 400 people here. And often it's standing room only. And because this is the woods, we do tell people not to enter during the stormy, windy weather. It's especially important because a lot of these trees are very old. And the limbs can come down. I'll just pan around slowly so you can enjoy this place in the round. It's blue and green. Breathing in, breathing out. the gold and the green, and the autumn leaves. Beautiful. Inspiration Stump is a place they do the message services, and it's about an hour service. And mediums do come and volunteer to give messages to those that are gathered here. And there are many benches that have been placed here in memory of loved ones. So you may see someone's name that's dedicated this bench. And up ahead is Inspiration Stump. And there used to be, of course, a big, tall, thick tree that was here that came down. And now people do not get up on the stump. It's definitely aged over the many years. But 143 years of Lily Dale having services in the summer. So this is Inspiration Stump. And a medium would stand here and give messages to those that are assembled. This is considered a religious service. And in the summer, many times, this is very full. And we'll just take a moment to relax here together, to enjoy this cathedral-like space. I do call this outdoor cathedral because as we look up, the trees and their canopy arc overhead like a big tall cathedral. And when I'm about to serve as a medium here, I'll look up at the trees and watch the wave in the gentle breeze and focus myself upward and outward to receive messages of love from Spirit in this gentle space. Very good. Let's take a few deep breaths together. Connecting with the peace inside each one of us. That spark of the divine that knows it's connected to all that is, both seen and unseen. And that as a spark of the divine, we each have a beautiful opportunity to live and love and connect with the strength of the divine purpose. And it's in that space of silence and love that we can hear our own souls and hear the voice of infinite intelligence, of the God source. Another look at the canopy above, raising up that intention of yours to connect with the source of all. May each one of you feel the light and love of God and the blessings of joy, of nature and connection. And as we finish up, thank you so much for being with me here on the Shinrin-yoku to Inspiration Stump. It's been beautiful to share this experience with all of you. I hope that you have an opportunity someday to be here at Lilydale to appreciate the space in person. But until that time, please enjoy this video and know that you can connect with your own understandings and power within you that will assist in this process of unfoldment, spiritual unfoldment. And if you do not have a forest near you, please know that looking at a video such as I've shared with you today can also give you some of the benefits of forest bathing. And they've even done studies that if you look at a picture of green and of a forest in particular, it will significantly help you with your immune system and with your body. The psychological effects, the physiological effects are there for you to have. So enjoy this. Put this video on again if you'd like, maybe without me talking, so you can just enjoy the connection with this divine space, this beautiful space of nature and love and light. Happy autumn, everyone. I'll see you next week on Wednesdays with Willa. My guest is Greg Keene. We're going to be talking about premonitional dreams, the precognition that happens in dreams. So I encourage you to tune in next week here, Wednesdays with Willa at 10 a.m. Eastern on my Facebook page, Willa White Medium. And check out that Spirit Guides class video package that's available on my website until October 12th. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.